Right, this is your girl Mandy, and I am here with Headkrack
I had to take my chain off.
from the Rickey, Smiley. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't want to hit the mic.
Oh, okay. I'm good. But everybody, this is Headkrack from the Rickey Smiley Morning Show, Dish Nation. I mean, Drop Bars. He's from the Boogie Down Bronx. And he's here kicking it with us at City Winery, where we're having performances by Talib Kweli and Kay Valentine. So, welcome to Chicago.
It's great to be here. Like, I always felt like Chicago is my second home, even though I'm not here that much. But it's just the energy. It gives me, like, where you from originally? Chicago, right?
Yes.
Have you ever been to New York?
I have.
When you went to New York, what did you say to yourself?
I don't like this city.
What? Okay, well, that was her being
It's too
completely...
congested. It's too congested. That's
You
what I
say
said.
New York's congested? You live in Chicago? Like, to me, they're like twins or cousins separated at birth. So the first time I came to Chicago, I'm like, yo, this is like New York with more aggressive weather. The weather here is aggressive.
But the storm is happening right now on the East Coast. That's the worst storm happening in the country right now on the East Coast, right?
It is. I'm going to blame that on what they did to the Indians back in the 1800s. It's just a recurring curse that we get hit with every 3 years. Hurricane Sandy, the big blizzard of the year after that, you know, but it is what it is. But I'm happy to be here.
We're happy that you're here. And I just want to start it off by saying that we know you're performing tomorrow.
Yes.
And like I was saying to you earlier, we know that I love hearing you and Brett on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show just go at it when you're freestyling. So what can we expect from you tomorrow? I know you're dropping a new single too.
Tomorrow, you know, I'm just going to do what I love to do, and that's rhyme and let people know I rap, and it's dope because, like, I've been rhyming for a long time, but I'm still running into people like, yo, I didn't know you rap, which is dope. That means you're making new impressions because some people rap for a long time and no one cares. So when you put in the new people, it's like, oh snap, I didn't know you do that. It's a dope thing. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna rock the new single and try to teach the hook to everybody in Chicago. So when they happen to hear it on the radio, when that blessing happens, you know, they're already acclimated to it. I got a couple other tricks up my sleeve, and we just gonna have a great time, man. Talib Kweli is gonna be on the ones and twos. Kay Valentine's gonna be rocking, and I'm here to shake babies and kiss hands.
What can you tell us what your single is about?
Basically, All the Way Lit it's Uber music. You know how like people make songs about, you know, about getting messed up so they can go hang out and have a good time?
Yeah.
No one ever talks about the aftermath. So All the Way Lit is about the aftermath of all the things that you did over the course of the evening, drinking your troubles away. Now what happens when you're sober and you're trying to really like recalibrate and get things back together? And the record is kind of like an embodiment of all that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the after effect. Everyone always talks about the party, but then when you go home, then what?
Right.
You know, when you're sitting there crying yourself in the mirror. Like, that's what All the Way Lit's about.
Okay. Now we know you've been doing underground for a while. Is this your entree into doing more mainstream music?
Well, you know, it's still an underground record with a little bit of mainstream appeal. Imagine somebody wearing a shiny suit, but when you remove the suit, like one of those tearaway NBA jackets, he's wearing like Tim's and a camouflage jean and a t-shirt with the Philly Blunt logo on it like it was 96. You know, you know, like it comes across like it's a radio song because the hook is catchy. Shout out to my man Mandi who did it. But but the lyrics that are there, like I'm rhyming and the bars are there, but you know, I try to touch on some points that everybody can relate to, like seeing your ex engaged and you're still enraged because you're still in love, the anger building up. Like, you know, it's a thing, you know. So
I can relate to that for sure. Do you have any plans to leave radio to pursue it full time, radio and TV to pursue it full time, or you're just trying to mesh it together?
You know, the thing is, I believe that all things can coexist. Like, I kind of wish I was doing what I'm doing now, like in the 80s, to where, like, you know, like in the 80s, you got one job and you're rich because you have that one job. Like in 2017, you have to do 15 different things to keep the lights on. So I'm in no rush to leave radio. Radio's been really good to me, and we get to impact people in such a great way with the morning show that we do. So I have fun doing it. Like, even when I'm on vacation, I wake up in the morning, it's like, I should record something and send it in just so people can know what's going on in the hip hop world. And then like my conscience comes on the other side, it's like, yo, you're on vacation, sit down. You know, so so I love it all, man. But if it gets to a point where like the schedule gets too busy, maybe I'll have to make that decision at some point, because like, I mean, music is my first love, and I love music more than anything else that I do. I love doing Dish Nation, that's a fun show, and I love the people I work with. But music is like truly my first love, and I really feel like I could reach more people with that than I can in radio, because like radio is like, it's about moments that are happening right now. Music is forever. Like when you think about a great song like Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, despite how old that record is, you still feel a certain way when you hear it. When I hear Shay Shay La Ghost by Ghostface Killer, like, I love that song. Like, every time I hear it, because it's just such a special song. So if I can make songs like that impact people in that way, the long-term effects of what that music can do for people.
Generational too, like,
Exactly, man. That's why, like, you know, I always be real, you know, old man on the stoop, like, with people when they have a whack message, because like, you know, hip hop, you know, there's so many different layers to hip hop, and there's also a kill culture within hip hop too, where it's like, hey man, like, people are really eating this like it's nutrient, and it's like really detrimental to the people that are hearing it, because some people have no guidance in their life whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I was one of those people who, like, you know, my parents weren't really always in my life 100% because they was a little distracted. So it was the music and the things that I was listening to that kind of got me to this point in my life where I am now.
I can certainly relate to that. Again, I mean, it's certainly something that helps you, especially when you're trying to write. And I don't know if it helps you when you freestyle, because your freestyle is sick. Let me just say that. It's sick. And I just want to know, how do you, like, is that something that comes naturally? Is that something that, I mean, because from one person who can't do it at all, so another person where it just seems to just flow. I mean, what is your mind space when you do it?
It's weird. Like, I can't even explain it, you know? Like, it's not something I sit around all day practicing doing. I just kind of
it's freestyle.
I just do it. And I think it really came from, like, you know, growing up in the culture, right? Like, after shows, people would just be either at the show just rhyming on stage, like after the show, or rhyming like in a circle after the show. And no one wants to kick rhymes that they've already heard you do before. So I used to kind of just make stuff up on the spot, and I guess that kind of helped sharpen the skill a little bit. And I think radio kind of helps too, because you're always having to think a step ahead of yourself in radio, and I think freestyle kind of works the same way. So I think they both kind of help each other, because I think freestyling made me better at radio. Radio continues to sharpen my freestyle skills even when I'm not doing it.
Okay. So they coincide with each other.
Yeah, it's like a little yin and a yang logo, helping each other out.
I get it. All right, so not too long ago, I put on my Instagram, it was like this poster I made, and I was like, okay, the same night, same time, there's 3 concerts in New York. One is in Brooklyn, okay? And in Brooklyn, they have Light, Fabo, Lil' Kim, Busta, Big Daddy Kane, B.I.G.
Okay.
Bronx, they have KRS, Cardi B, Big Pun, Peter Guns, Fat Joe, Slick Rick, Remy Ma. Okay. Queens, they have Run DMC, Nicki, Mobb Deep, LL Cool J, Nas, 50, and Salt and Pepper. Where would you be?
Ooh, you are not playing fair, because when you peep it, because you have dead people at all 3 concerts. Like, if you got Notorious B.I.G. somewhere, like, yo, you called in a favor from God to get him to be there. If you got Big Pun at a concert, you also called in a favor from God to get him to be there. And Jam Master Jay, like, come on. I'm gonna have to go with. This is a tough one. You are not playing fair, sweetheart. I'm gonna have to go with the Brooklyn concert, and I only say this because I've never seen Notorious B.I.G. perform live.
Well, that was the consensus for everybody that answered. BK.
Word.
Yep.
Yo, because like I've seen Pun live. I actually opened up for Pun before, like years ago, like right before he passed, and good show. Good show. His breathing was a little trouble, little labored, but other than that, it was dope. I've seen Run DMC rock numerous times. Anytime they were coming within a 100-mile radius, wherever I was, I'm pulling up to see Run DMC. I've even seen them after Jay's passing. Never seen Big before. He came to the city I was living in one time, and I was like, I'll see him next time.
That never came.
Then he got killed. So yeah, I gotta go see Big, man. And Kane, even at 40-something years old, is still blowing people off stages.
He was in Chicago a couple years ago.
That's the king right there.
All right, so I know we have to wrap things up here, but I want to do this. Name 5 things like you do on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Name 5. Okay, you started off by stating a fact. Okay. Almost 1,000 people were shot and killed by police last year. Okay. According to the Washington Post. Name 5 Brat songs. Go.
Funkdafied, I'ma Give It To You, Sock It To Me, Ladies Night, the B-side.
Okay, although Sock It To Me was really a Missy song and Brat was on a feature.
Brat was featured on this song, didn't really specify.
All right, and so a couple days ago you asked an unfair question to a
We
woman.
also go with what do you like, and that's what I'm looking for. But
NFC, okay. You asked a question about NFC playoffs.
Okay.
Name 5 teams. That was unfair. Like the
It was
rest
very
said.
unfair because like I wouldn't have been able to answer those questions. I watch boxing.
So I'm going to ask you an unfair question.
All right, let's go for it.
This week, like I said, you asked the woman about the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Name 5 women in the Real Housewives of Potomac. Go.
The black one, the short black one, the light skinned black one, the one that's the same color as the other one, and one with the wig.
He failed.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Headkrack, for
love.
coming.
Thanks
Just
for
tell
having
everybody
me.
where they can follow you on social media.
Everywhere you go, HEADKRACK. Hugs on camera. No hashtag me too. It was mutual. Much love.
All right. Much love and success.
Just get them hands up. If you love hip hop, 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 say hell yeah. Say hell yeah. This the early show. The early show, not late. Make some noise if you plan to have sex with your date. Say hell yeah. Say hell yeah. If you got a couple drinks and you were feeling all swell and you happy that it's warm cause outside is cold as hell, say hell yeah. Say hell yeah. Now all the ladies in the house, if you're cute and you really know it and there's a president in office that you know you didn't vote in, say fuck yeah. Say fuck yeah. If you know the Chicago Bulls is out there on the grind and they gonna get the championship ring this time, say oh yeah. Say oh yeah. I don't believe y'all. I don't believe y'all. I don't believe y'all. She don't even believe y'all. He don't believe y'all. She don't believe y'all. He don't believe y'all. DJ Swift the beat. What else you got? That's just warming up. That's nothing. Give me something up tempo. A little more up tempo with some drums. I mean, I can rock with anything. I'm not gonna be picky. Whoa. It's a test. I'm all good. I'm all good. Fire it up. Turn it up a shot. Turn down for what? Yo, he threw on the beat. It paused for a while. That wasn't sweet in any way. Headkrack is here, no doubt. I'm at the Chi-Town Watery. We turning it out. I got my man over here in the front row. This girl here, she looking cute, I know. Y'all are probably on a date. Wait and carry. Let me know. Put your hands up if y'all are married. They got a ring on it. He put a ring on it. Put that thing on it. After the show, if she has enough rhyme. Hands in the air if you're feeling fine. I really won't complain. I got it in O'Hare. I took the train to the Virgin Hotel. That's where I'm staying. Not too far from where the Bulls playing. Monday night, I'ma be there. Yo, this really ain't fair. This beat right here ain't good for freestyling, but I really don't care. I've been hanging and I don't want it. On the mic, I'm just kicking. Put your hands up if you're enjoying the chicken. I heard it's really good. It's really great. It really don't taste like wood. Like the Sugar Hill said in that old type song. Yo, it's Mr. Headkrack and you're a flow too strong. I crush rappers like a pecan. How flows are strong? Strong like He-Man. You remember that dude from the 80s? I got the microphone and I definitely go crazy. And on the beat, my man can always drop it. If I continue, please give me a topic. What's a topic? Tell me one time. My man right here,